All right, folks. So getting into some business because apparently Donald Trump made an interesting campaign stop that has gone viral and caused a lot of liberal minds to spew. He visited a McDonald's to work there. I remember that he was joking around about pledging right when the story about Kamala Harris allegedly working McDonald's, that's still controversial. It's still up in the air. There's no confirmation of that, which I don't know if there's a way to confirm that. Like they contacted the supposed store she worked at. They have no employment record. I guess they could check her taxes, wouldn't they? I don't know. I don't know how that would work out, but it's still up in the air on that point. But Donald Trump went to work at a McDonald's franchise in Pennsylvania making campaign rounds. And this got a lot of news attention. Here's News Nation even covering it. And take a look for yourself on how interesting this went.
Oh, he's a wealthy guy. He owns a lot of McDonald's. That's great. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I think it's good. You want to do it? Yeah.
We gotta hit that timer. Bring that one up.
I gotta say that outfit, the white shirts, the red tie, and now that apron. Like, I know he's a real estate mogul scumbag of New York City, and if you look at his business practices, it's far beyond, wholesome. But from this appearance, it almost looks like he was destined to make that role. He almost looks like a manager. He looks like the typical manager you would find at a McDonald's store near you. Like, it just looks like that fashion where he's wearing the tie and he's wearing the nice, button-up collared shirts, but he's wearing the apron. He's like one of the guys, how's your Big Mac? How's your Big Mac? Is it the best ever? I can do the best Big Macs ever. Far, far greater than anyone's ever seen. Like, that appearance is just amazes me. It amazes me. And the fact that he's got that glow onto his face, like it's matching the color scheme of the restaurants. Bravo, man. Bravo. See the rest.
Oh, I think it's good. You want to do it? Yeah.
We gotta hit that timer. Bring that one up. I'm gonna take care of these.
Okay.
Right there, right there.
Everybody
Got it.
Yeah.
Good. And then you put that right far right. Hang it right up there.
Yeah.
And then you want to do the salt over here?
Yeah.
I did these ones already. They're good. You just gotta do
Okay.
that one right there. So grab that.
It's uncanny. It's uncanny how well this is like going. Like, it's almost like a typical trainee fashion, even though you have a presidential candidate, one of the big top celebrities in America right now, that's getting so much media attention. There's cameras all about, but they're going about like it's a typical trainee that's starting their first job at McDonald's. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I know that there's a bunch of pushback from the liberal state media, even, famous, Democrat cheerleaders like Harry Sisson on TikTok. He's made some controversial statements about like, oh, doesn't it seem so weird that Donald Trump is going to work at McDonald's? This is obviously a campaign stunt, which, in fair point, even if it is a campaign stunt, because I've seen this all about, especially here in Canada, when they have the McHappy Day or whatever charity event McDonald's hosts, or Tim Hortons has their Smile Cookie Day for their camp awareness program that they have. Even so, when there's a campaign stunt, whether being a presidential candidate or if you're the mayor of a town or whatever, given the circumstances of what we're going through right now, given the circumstances that Kamala Harris, the opposing opponent right now, barely steps foot in blue-collar areas, being that she will not fully step foot in savaged areas of like the hurricane victims, for example, not even calling to respond to the average working American. Whereas Donald Trump, even though he is this business elite, tycoon himself, is at least willing to make that attempt. So I give credit to the fact that even for a character like Donald Trump, even if it is a campaign stunt, even if it's just for a couple minutes, just for a PR stunt to make him look like some average Joe, I give credit to the fact that there's at least an attempt to align himself with working class people. At least there's an attempt to reach out to those people, because you don't see a lot of that in politics. You don't see that a lot with average politicians. And this at least kind of brings back that idea. It's not really going to happen because politics, aristocrats have such a disconnect with working class values that they are far beyond, going to McDonald's. But at least Donald Trump has that attempt to reach out to these people.
Give him extra sauce.
No. Yep. Oh, yep, good.
Okay.
Right there. And then we're going to grab the fry scoop right here.
Right.
Put it into there and just give him a twirl that way.
Okay, where's the little thing?
Medium.
It's uncanny. It's uncanny. It's almost like, if he wasn't in the Trump estate family dynasty that he was, profoundly in, this could almost work for him. Here's him now filling the fries that he just made.
Open it up. Keep it tight. Got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
Very good.
Nice and full.
Thank you.
Good. Open it up.
I don't know why I find that funny. I don't know why I find that so funny, where he's like, yep, we got tight packaging, get it all ready to go. We got the scoop thing, pack it in, doesn't touch human hand. Which I guess in this case, being the germaphobe that he is, he wants to elevate that point that doesn't touch, dirty hands. So that's reassuring for his case, I'm assuming. Like I said, at least there's an attempt to this. Now, on the campaign side of Make America Healthy Again, I don't think this would be quite a smart move if you're going down the MAHA direction. You're not going to see RFK Jr. making a cameo in a McDonald's anytime soon, unless it's like an undercover boss situation where RFK Jr. will pose like as a 80-year-old manager that's seen the good old days, and he's like, I remember the day when, McDonald's fries are made of potatoes and we had beef tallow that we made the fries into, and now you're using seed oils. What's up with that? I would like to see that. That would be a wish of mine. RFK Jr. going undercover as being like, a higher up of the McDonald's facility and goes to a random store. Is like, I remember the day we had French fries made out of potatoes, and nowadays you have so many chemicals that I don't think you can even pronounce. Can you read these ingredients to me? That'd be something. So, in the MAHA sense, maybe not a good idea to have an endorsement working in McDonald's where they're frying their foods with seed oils, where 100% beef is just a company name and not exactly a promise of 100% beef, and definitely not grass-fed beef. So that may be a bit of a criticism on that behalf. But again, I give credit to the fact that Donald Trump is at least attempting to reach out to working class, struggling people. There's videos of people going through the drive-thru. He's serving out the bags, and they're applauding him and saying how amazing it is that, we're seeing a presidential candidate, attempting to do what most people do on an average day to connect with that audience, connect with, those voters. And in Donald Trump's case, like, he is an entertainer. He is one of those people that will try to engage an audience no matter what, whether being the best or the worst kind of audience. But he does do that, and that's what makes him such a remarkable politician, is that he's willing to reach out to whatever audience is going to draw him in. Whereas when it comes to business sense, when it comes to actually economics, it's questionable. It's debatable. Let's just say that. So now here's, because I guess it was Kamala Harris's birthday also. And one of the reporters at the McDonald's waiting in the drive-thru made comment about this. And Donald Trump wished Kamala Harris a happy birthday. Isn't that nice? Listen to this.
It's Kamala's birthday? She's 60 years old? Yes, I would say happy birthday, Kamala. She's turning 60. I think I'll get her some flowers. Maybe I'll get her some fries. I'll give her some McDonald's. I'll get her some fries. No, it is her birthday. It is true, right? Happy birthday, Kamala. Happy birthday. See you later.
I think I should get some flowers, maybe some fries. Would you like your happy birthday meal to go? Oh, this works. This works, ladies and gentlemen. Give it what it is and where we're at right now. It definitely is going to stick with people. Like I said, at least it's an attempt to connect with a class of people that feel just abandoned and thrown under the bus constantly by our political system. You have people that are endlessly working at fast food joints and, tirelessly working at these low-wage jobs where, higher ups and people in the ivory tower look down upon and say, like, oh, those are high school jobs. Those are minimum wage jobs. You're not supposed to run a family based off a low-wage income. But for a lot of people, that is the case. They are struggling to make by because that is the only opportunity they have, is to work at McDonald's or Burger King or a Wendy's or a retail joint where it's only giving them such low wages. And that's why they have fought endlessly for people in that industry to make a means of living. It's not just high schoolers. In fact, a lot more of McDonald's stores are employing, people older than high schoolers. You're seeing a lot more of change of demographic because of that. And because there's not a lot of opportunity to increase into different areas, a lot of people are forced to take upon these jobs because it's a source of income. And because McDonald's and other lobby groups are attacking those workers as well, that's why they're fighting for higher wages. That's why they're fighting for unionization. And again, for the people saying, oh, well, that means a burger is going to be 10 cents more. Well, would you rather have it served by someone who has a good wage, good union benefits, is healthy, not getting sick on your food and actually made by food, than, saving 10 cents on a burger that was probably sneezed at and from a person who can't go to a hospital to check themselves out? Like that's the question you should be asking when you see that little bit of an uptake. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So kudos to Trump to at least attempt the minimum wage PR stunt job photo op what this is. But considering the fact that Kamala Harris, again, you're not going to see her in this position. She boldly claims about being a middle-class child and how her and her family had to struggle, and she worked at McDonald's and knows the struggles of working-class families. But you don't see her with working-class families. You don't see her in these moments where she could be cultivating a lot more blue-collar workers. But the Democratic Party doesn't care about working-class people. As Chuck Schumer profoundly states, hey, for all the, blue collar workers that we avoid and trample over, we can go and reach out to white collar suburbanites, the moderate Republicans. We could scoop them up, and we can repeat that in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Wisconsin and Michigan and Minnesota and all these other territories where you could be winning heavily if you reached out to the blue collar workers in those areas, in the battleground states, but they're refusing to do so.